Older and Dumber.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us for Older and Dumber, the podcast with two best friends trying to make it on this planet we call Earth. It's hard for me to be at the same because I'm saying it
coming out of a sentence.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Today our topic is conflict.
War.
War
never changes.
Why conflict makes stories great, and the problem, or why a world of sunshine and rainbows would be boring.
I don't know, man. Tell that to the bronies.
They still have conflict.
They
still have conflict. That's the whole thing, right? So let's talk about conflict. I mean, we just sort of mentioned it's conflict in the story. It's always there. What is the problem with a perfect story? One with no conflict. What's the problem? Why can't? Yes. Why is it boring?
Because there's nothing going on, man. Even Teletubbies has conflict.
It does. Even because the first thing you think, children's shows don't have conflict. Wrong. They do. It's just
you got this little kid. He doesn't like his kicks. Barney's like, you got to get out there and dance.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Even kids shows have conflict. Nobody likes watching a video of people high-fiving. Yeah. You know, like nobody likes the. Yay!
You know what? Bob the Builder couldn't fix anything if it didn't break.
You're damn. That was good. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, there it is. That's the whole thing. You there has to be conflict, or else there is no story. You know, it's just what it is. I mean, essentially, you know, look at big movies like shoot, Romeo and Juliet. If those two families liked each other, they would have just got married.
Yeah. No story there.
No story, no fun, you know? What else? The Avengers. If Thanos was like, you know, war's not good.
Yeah, I decide I'm over this.
Yeah. Okay, the end. Like, what? And you know what's really funny is even like Star Wars, how everyone always makes like the jokes about like if C-3PO had just said this, and it's like over. Like that's the whole point, right? Like it's weird to think. Like when you watch something and you're like, even Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah,
he could have just not been there, and the whole thing would have still happened.
Went the way that it happened. But,
yeah,
you know, he's the character in the story we follow, and it's his conflicts that we're interested in.
Yes. So that is the next question: why does the conflict in a story matter so much? Essentially, a story cannot survive or thrive without some sort of conflict. Why is that?
Because that's what propels the action forward.
I was going to say it's what people relate to.
Sure. Yeah, we have conflict every fucking day.
Every damn day. That is actually, so let's get into a deeper thing about this. That is a huge reason why I love entertainment and art, is because people have chosen to create something about a conflict or conflicts that allow me to connect in a way so that I can overcome that thing myself, or I'm able to relate so that I can process it myself as well. Like I find myself a lot watching or hearing something or doing something, and that's my coping mechanism, or that's my way to learn, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's another big thing of why conflict is needed.
Yeah.
It's because people connect with it. They find a reason.
It's cathartic. That's why people like horror movies, man.
I don't get that one. That's the one I don't get. But what else? What else? Why is conflict important? Why do we need it?
I don't know. Why do you think it's important? I gave like 3 examples.
We did. Yeah. I mean, people like seeing things get punched. Yeah. You know, they like that. They like the conflict.
They like a punch.
They do like a punch.
Because you can't just go out and do a punch.
You can't.
If you go out and shoot a guy in the dick, you go to jail. RoboCop
shoot
go
him
out
anywhere
and shoot
else?
a guy in the dick, he's good to go.
Shoot him anywhere else, it's totally fine. Shoot him in the dick, going to jail. All right. So I sort of touched on it just now. So we talked about why stories need conflict. And then I sort of touched on this next thing, but why does conflict hook us? Why does it hook us into enjoying something? And like I said, I sort of touched on it a little bit with the reason for connecting and it helping you to get through things.
It's the indomitable human spirit, Hunter. We want to overcome things. We want to climb Everest. We want to get to the bottom of the ocean. We want to touch the moon with our own feet.
We want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger defeat the alien from another planet.
Right.
We want that. We want to see.
We want Ripley to blow the alien out of the airlock, even though it's a perfect killing machine and she's just a space trucker.
We want to see people win. Yeah. We want to see them struggle, and we want to see them win. We want to know that they aren't so much different than us.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why I think the best movies are everyman characters. I think that's why like Deadpool and Wolverine resonate so well with audiences, because at the end of the day they're just guys. Like, they have special powers, but
dude, Wolverine just wants a smoke and a beer, you know what I mean? And Deadpool's just like, his is a little weirder, but he just wants to hang out with his unicorn.
He's coming over his own. People deal with mental shit all the time.
And Deadpool is a big one. You know what's awesome? And actually, let's touch on this for a second. We're actually about to go off topic a little bit, because we just touched Deadpool, and it's making me think this because of our topic. When we got the first Deadpool movie, we got an origin story, which was fine. There had never been anything else about Deadpool.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, for a character like Deadpool, we got an origin story that means so much more than it should.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. A character that is all about breaking the fourth wall, acting like an idiot, doing things that just generally don't make sense, but it working out for him because he's just talented and he's an everyman kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
We got an origin story that makes you freaking feel for that guy like crazy, and really brought us to the real roots of Deadpool when he's first written.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is going through hell, and all he wants is to be okay. And it's like, then it gets ruined, and then he is okay, but it's so bad. But he's a man who takes what he's got and makes the best of it, and then realizes that it doesn't matter what you fucking look like.
Yeah.
You do you be the best you can be. Isn't that crazy that Deadpool is going to teach a dude something like that? Like, that's not just a dude. I meant like a person. You know, I was going to say motherfucker, but I didn't want to say it, but now I said it. I'm trying not to swear as much. But isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But that goes to the conflict that we're talking about, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be people. I mean, we connect to animated characters. We connect to toys and Toy Story.
Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy too? And you know, my parents and my sister, if you're watching this, I hope you are. I connect so much more with animated characters because you can fit so much emotion in a drawing than what you can with real actors. Now, I'm not saying
that's why New Lion King was not the hit that the original one was.
Exactly. You just can't do. There's things in animation that the face and the body and the motion of things can do that you can't do in live action. You just can't do it. But I'm not trying to say that all live action is bad, because there is live action actors out there that do phenomenal.
Yeah.
But man, if you compare the two, you're going to get so much more animation. And it makes me so mad and so upset.
People don't take it seriously.
Yes, when they don't take it seriously. We did an episode about this in like season 2, I think, didn't we?
I think so.
But yeah, it makes me so upset.
It's the same thing with like horror movies too. Like, those guys will be in there acting their asses off and they won't be eligible. Like, the best a horror movie can hope for is special effects.
I can't relate too much with you because I don't like horror movies, but with horror movies I have seen, I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I can understand it big time. But yeah, man, like, I really hate when people are like, I'm not watching that cartoon. Hey, I hate that you call it a damn cartoon, first of all. Punch you in your teeth. It's an animation. How much time we have left? Oh, 6 minutes. Oh, 8 minutes.
8.
Still doing all right. Again, we got off topic a little bit, but we are essentially still talking about the conflict and how essentially we were about to talk about animation.
We're relating to characters.
Yes, and we got on the animation topic specifically for conflict. and was talking about how we connect with the characters and the emotion and stuff. Oh man, I'm so like emotional right now about this. I'm getting deep right now in it. I'd love to see May's notes on this one. Hot damn. Let me see what we've got in our notes. Hold on. I mean, this is essentially some of the questions. We've already gone over a good portion of this. Okay. The answer is no. We already know the answer to the question is no. And it's, have you ever watched or seen a story that didn't have conflict?
No.
No. No.
What would be the point? I mean, I guess there's like art house films and stuff, right? That are like, I just follow this guy and nothing really happens. But at the same time, like
it's even that is the smallest bit of conflict. Yeah. There's something that brings us in, something that makes us want to watch more. If there isn't conflict, there's nothing that makes us want to watch.
Exactly.
The only thing I can think of that doesn't have conflict is it's like reels and shorts.
Yeah.
You know, like the ones that are like, you're my sugar plum, yumpkins. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's just, they
like
call that brain rot for a reason.
Yeah, and like, feel good brain rot, whatever. I also just want to bring up too, we went really hard into like action and trauma conflict. That's not the only conflict.
Right.
There is stuff out there that's not action and serious trauma that still has conflict, and you wouldn't really think about it.
The builder can't fix it if it ain't broken.
Yes, and we touched on kids shows, but comedies too.
Oh yeah.
Even literally,
Happy needs, what's he need money for? So he starts golfing. He's saving his grandma's house.
Yes, save his grandma's house. There's the conflict, right? And then it's even comedy has conflict. They're literally called sitcoms. That's situational comedy. That means there's a situation, a conflict happening, and we're gonna make fun of it. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter what you watch, you're gonna find it. I dare you to give us something that doesn't have conflict in it.
Put it in the comments.
That you enjoyed. Let's add that. Everything's got the conflict in it, no matter what it is.
I mean, it's a whole. Anybody that's taken a basic high school English class knows it's the whole structure to writing. Like you introduce, you raise tension, you hit the rising climax, action, and then you drop.
Climax, drop. Yeah, another portion of this is, what if a story had no conflict? What if Frodo had just mailed the ring to Mount Doom?
They just took the eagles and dropped it in.
Which is what everybody complains about. Yeah. Because that wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah, there's no story there to tell. The story is they rode the eagles to Mount Doom and threw the ring in.
That's essentially the same thing of me being like, I went to the grocery store and picked up ice cream.
Yeah.
There was no conflict there.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Where's some other good ones in here? I said that one already. Where? There's one in here that I didn't read, and I can't find it. Lord of the Rings, The Avengers, Romeo and Juliet. I'm just kidding. I only wrote those 3. What other ones can you think of that are like, what if this story had no conflict?
No terrorist attack, Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, there wouldn't be a movie.
John McClane just has a fight with his wife and sleeps at a hotel.
Yeah. Oh, there still would have been conflict. I guess the movie would have been good still.
Yeah, that would have been like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it would have been 15 minutes. It would have been one of those YouTube videos of like, oh, why you should love your wife. You know, like whatever it is, right? Oh, man. What if that's funny. What if I'm trying to think of another one. What if I think this is right. What if Korea didn't invade America? We wouldn't have Red Dawn.
Yeah, it was the Russians in
the original and Korea in the second one.
Yeah. Because it was
remake.
The Cold War, and then we couldn't show China.
Right.
Because we had to sell tickets.
Yeah. There would just not have been a movie.
The Primes didn't, make Megatron slave away in mines for years and years.
We wouldn't have had Transformers.
We wouldn't have had millenniums of conflict between the Autobots and Decepticons.
Damn. All because one guy. We just didn't make him.
Yeah. You know, Sentinel Prime, you need to calm your shit. How about that?
That's crazy too, is we sort of think about, again, we're going to go into the whole thing of what makes the story great, and that's the conflict, and the whole point of being, you know, what if they didn't put Megatron down there? Well, then we wouldn't have Transformers.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have everything that brought to people. And it's like, well, there wouldn't be conflict. You're right. There wouldn't have been conflict.
If Skeletor never wanted the power of Castle Grayskull.
Exactly.
You know?
There wouldn't. The other thing that conflict brings is progress. It brings advancements. It brings people.
Tony Stark solved time travel on a cocktail napkin.
He did.
Because of conflict.
Because of conflict. Yeah. Holy crap. So even though conflict isn't great, even though conflict isn't good, it is great.
Yeah.
The life.
I would say necessary for growth.
You know what that also brings us back to? Every hero needs a villain.
Yeah.
Conflict.
And those villains even rise up to get to that level without having their nemesis in place as a hero.
Yep.
You know?
It's
obviously
crazy, man.
They do, because, you know, they get shut down. Their lab gets shut down.
And I think the lab gets shut down.
I built this company.
Well, you know, it's gone. I think the other crazier part about that, and why we're, you know, people will continue to say those things like, oh, why didn't they take the Eagles, or why didn't they stop this, or if they had just done this, this wouldn't have happened. Well, again, conflict is a reason for a story. It's blah, blah, blah. But even in real life, it's like, well, if we hadn't blah, 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 blah. Well, if we hadn't done that, we'd still be doing this. Mm-hmm. And that's years behind where we are right now. We need things to go wrong. We need stuff to not work out and fail so that we can succeed.
You can't fix it if it ain't broken.
Bob the Builder.
Play the Bob the Builder intro right now.
Right now. Play us out.
Yes,
anyway,
we can.
Yes, we can. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us for Older and Dumber, the podcast about two best friends just trying to make it on this planet we call Earth better.
Yeah. Conflict, overcoming challenges.
Anytime I say conflict, I feel like I'm about to start like a rap song. Conflict. Mostly because of that song that goes, convict.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, a.k.a. Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle.
We're Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew. Be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
Go Dipshits mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. Now my stand. Fade to black.